Today we're going to go even more retro and take a look at a percussion rifle, the 1842 Harpers Ferry. We'll look a bit into the history and see what we come up with. But first, an announcement on how I'm going to be changing the artwork for this. I don't want to get any copyright infringement issues or have to take a video down due to the pictures I use, so I'm going to be using my own artwork created from a game called Arma 3. It's not perfect, but it will keep me from having to take down any of my videos. The Model 1842 was the first regulation percussion musket to be manufactured by both Springfield and Harpers Ferry armories. This model came with interchangeable parts made from either company. The 1842 was the last .69 caliber smoothbore firearm to be produced by the U.S. government. It is estimated that 275,000 were produced between 1844 and 1855. The M1842 continued its service throughout the Civil War, being fielded by both sides, and it is estimated that the service time frame continued into the summer of 1864, with an estimated 25,000 still in service with U.S. forces. Many of these firearms would be kept by the government in storage until 1870, when they would be sold at auction to the highest bidder. The M1843 would be carried by many volunteer regiments from both the North and the South into the Battle of Gettysburg in 1863. Two tests conducted for the M1842 would show it had a fighting chance against a heavy hitter in terms of accuracy, but it had an advantage: the buck and ball. At 100 yards, a smoothbore against the rifled M1861 would produce 96% accuracy for the rifled and 74% for the smoothbore. With the addition of buck and shot, you would find that within 50 shots, 36 balls would connect and 76 buck would connect. While the smoothbore is inherently more inaccurate than rifled muskets, it would see an advantage with buck and ball at close range. Now, one thing that a lot of men like to do is actually carve on these guns. It isn't uncommon to find carvings on the stocks of these rifles, marking them with the initials of the man who carried them, unit markings, and where it might have been in service. This information can be used to further find history on the rifle and perhaps the men that carried it. On the firearm I was able to have in my hands, there were some carvings on the stock of the gun with a name, regiment, and a company. I was able to track down the soldier via the National Park Service website and was able to get some further information. The rifle was used by Confederate Virginia troops in the 32nd Regiment Virginia Infantry. I was able to find the soldier's rank when he went in as a private and when he got out as a corporal. There were other initials on the stock, but none of them were so easy to cross-examine and simply may not lead to any further information. I'm not going to intrude any further into the history of this firearm, but I have provided means to the owner to look into it further. My final thoughts are: it's an awesome gun to look at, it's an awesome gun for history, and the real fun part about having one of these in your hands is actually being able to find who may have possessed the rifle and what this rifle has gone through. So do a little bit of looking. I mean, if you have an old firearm, see if you can track down where it was, what unit it was in, and whatnot, because this isn't common. I just find that a lot of people don't get as excited about it as I do. I think this is awesome to be able to see the history of these guns, where they served, what battles they fought in, and they have a lot to tell you.